Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Factorio. It's a speedrun, attempt number 4. It's episode 6 of the attempt, and it's week 45 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. Did a few minutes of work off camera here. Just enough to set up my red magazine production. I picked up the yellow magazines that I had when I moved that production, and I've got some turrets. So I need to go around and build up my defenses a little bit more. I will eventually convert that over to red magazines, but right now I don't have sufficient, and I'm taking damage. That's just damage. Oh, it's damage on the side that has no turret, though, so I guess I'm starting down there. How did they get to the inside? I do not know, but they are to the inside. Oi, oi, let me out, let me out, let me out. And now damage is becoming destruction. Oh, I think I see where they came from. From the south. Almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. Alright, well that takes care of repairs. Now in the meantime, I need to cover this gap here. Yeah, put that out for myself. Ooh, right away there's another attack coming in. Don't see a body. Why don't I see a body? Well, hopefully those turrets are sufficient. Okay, I need to cover this gap here. Okay, I think I have some further down, I do. But let's cover this gap here as well. Barely getting any crude oil in with only 2 pump jacks. That's gonna hurt in the long term. Okay, I'll cover this north area, which I haven't covered at all yet. Not sure where. I've had an attack up here. It must have come from one of these distant ones. That's my nearest good iron location. Ooh, looks like I could use a satellite down that coal. Alright, still no sign of oil anywhere other than this tiny little spot of dinosaur juice. Well. Okay. We'll start running a line of protection across the north here. Now, there was a forest. Where is that forest? Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay. Suppose I'll run this all the way to the forest. And just in case, we'll get back here too. Okay. Hopefully that's sufficient for now. We're just about protected on all sides now, for the most part. And the gaps that do exist are fairly largely forested areas. And with that, I'm on to 72 megawatts of power, doubling what I have, which does make the natives angry. And I really don't need it yet, but I need it for what's coming up. And it looks like I might need to go out and away. Let's see, advanced material becomes advanced oil. Suppose. Well, maybe it's easier to actually just go right here and flip it going the other way. Which means how many, let's see, 20 boilers. see, go pick up some pipes. That'll make life a little easier on this project. That's 17. So what is that? 27. I need 13 more. One more. And that's all the pipes. So I need more of that again. There we go. Power poles running a little thin. Alright, this will take care of power for the rest of the game, so that's a big step. This will make things a little more difficult. Those attacks are going to start coming a lot more frequently. So I don't need to necessarily attach them until I'm ready, though. Save the power poles for later. It's not a bad idea. Okay. Yeah, only a couple of these, or only one of these is active right now. No, none of them actually are, because they still need this. Now that runs the boilers. Actually, that's where the... I'm going to cut that off for now. I have 72 megawatts of power, but I do not need it yet. I'm nowhere near my 36 that I have right now, so it's ready. It's done. I just need to hook it up. So with that, there's power, but this will keep the attacks away for a little while. Plus, it'll help that coal line, which is struggling. But it's there. It's ready. Looks like 1 is running right now. It won't run once it runs out of water, though. That's just because the power pole's in a different spot next to the turret here. So moving on, blue circuits. Blue circuits. Getting on in this game. Only 4.5 hours in, too. But I'm really worried about the state of my resources. Especially the oil and the iron. So with that, moving on to blue circuits. Red, green, and sulfuric acid. Well, here's my red and green. And my sulfuric acid, I want 8 machines. I have 3 right now. That's 5. Okay, what's missing? It's always missing. Okay, that'll make 8. A couple in reserve. Could have room for... Ooh, taking damage already. I've got a turret right there. Why isn't that turret doing its job? I just lost a steam engine. They're attacking through the middle of the forest. Okay, so I need 2 new steam engines. And then I need to drop a few gun turrets down in here. It's not the first time I've been attacked here. Just weird that it's been happening because there's no real reason for the attacks to be coming through the middle of the forest like this when there's no bases anywhere near. I mean, that's the closest base, and all of these turrets are between it and here. So it's got to be coming from all the way out here or here, unless there's new bases in that area that just haven't been detected. Anyway. Okay, that's 7. That's 8. And we're going to flip that around. And apparently I need to flip them all around. Oh, of course. That'll reach though. Okay, why are we getting no sulfuric acid? Because we're getting... Did I ever hook up? I never hooked up the water. Okay. I need water, and I have nothing besides the lake. Come right down the middle here. Needs to be a separate pump, as the pumps can handle no more than what they're already handling here. Alright, let's see. We go like this. And that. Okay. There's water. There's that line reconnected. And I'm going to need more pipe. That's further than I needed to go, but we'll fix that when I come back. Water's going to start there. Another attack. The south there. Alright, I think I could fit right through here. This is the water, yes. Damage. Where's the damage? Okay. Now I have water. Now I have sulfuric acid. Which means we'll start actually crafting batteries. If we were actually getting any decent amount of petroleum, which we're not. Wow, this is just sad how little production I've got, which is gonna just slaughter these blue circuits. And they need red and green, and I'm just gonna dip right in up here. Okay. There's red and green. And with the speed module done, I need the production module too. And I need input, output throughout. And then power. And hook it up. We'll store in a box for now once I see something coming out. Am I missing something? You're just not getting enough sulfuric acid coming in. there's sulfuric acid, but it's just trace amounts. I need the batteries desperately as well. It's the oil. Oil's gonna end this gameplay because I still have not found. There's oil, 451%. Finally, that's so far away, and multiple bases on the way. I have the iron within a okay reach. It's the oil, which last episode I tried to do a review of where I was, but I was too focused on things. And look at that, I still have it. Oh, there is one. Okay, well, blue circuits are done. 2 hours ahead of schedule. I mean, that is phenomenal. But that's still not much oil. And it's going to come at quite the price to get to it. Having to take out those bases and run it all the way back. Well, this has happened before. So I'm 2 hours ahead of schedule, which is the best I've ever been. I mean, that previous segment, I shaved an hour off of it. So in that sense, this has been a phenomenal playthrough. But I know what it's going to take to get that oil. And it's such a small amount that it isn't going to help much. These blue circuits without that sulfuric acid, without that oil, are just not going to go anywhere. You know what? That's going to do it. It's going to do it. So I'm getting a lot better. So much faster. I mean, 2 hours is a massive amount of time shaved off. And it was another 2 hours to the next segment. I mean, I have over 4 hours to complete the expanded science. It's the next thing on my list. So I really am down to it. I'm down to the end. I've got the military purple and yellow sciences, and then right into another line of steel, and then researching the silo. And in terms of research, I'm ready for military research after this productivity module to go with gun turrets 3, 4, and 5 for the defenses. And then the explosives, the rocketry, the rocket shooting, and then on to purple with automation 3, production module 3, and then on to yellow with speed module 3, and the rocket silo. And it's all right there. But I'm not going to get any blue circuits here, which means I'm not going to get the purple or yellow science, and I'll easily lose hours. And even if I go and acquire this oil down here, which is, I mean, I've got a whole perimeter here. There's nothing else closer. So just covering that distance, that's only 451%. If it was a couple thousand, I think it would be worth it to go after it. But at 451%, it's barely more than what I'm getting here, which means I'd still be absolutely desperate for oil, even after acquiring more oil, and the only oil anywhere around. So, oil has bitten me twice now. Attempt number 3, I didn't find oil at all near the base. And I had not put down radar, which hurt with that, but this playthrough's just, it's not going to make it. It's not going to succeed. I can tell you that already, even though I'm over 2 hours ahead of schedule. So I guess I'm going to call that run attempt number 4 complete, and sadly I am 0 for 4. And again, all 4 of these, nothing's stopping me from actually going on to win the game, other than knowing that 13 hours and 20 minutes is unrealistic. Eventually, I could go out there and find the oil, build trains, bring it back in, all of that kind of stuff. But it's a speed run. In a speed run, that's just not realistic. It's too much time lost. An hour to set something up, you don't have that kind of time. In a normal playthrough, you have that kind of time. Speaking of normal playthroughs, I've gotten into Bob's Mods. I had done Factorissimo in the past and really enjoyed that one, but Bob's Mods, so much depth. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't played Factorio before, pick it up. It is such a fun game, and there are so many mods available, so many different ways to play to add more depth or just change something about it. And then within the game itself, you have so many variables on the setup. There's campaign mode, and fun one is you can play multiplayer, and almost anyone can get into this game. Great depth, definitely a deep strategy game, and really enjoyed it. But that's going to end run attempt number 4. Unsuccessful, albeit, but so much progress made on my part, and I'm getting so much better. I think with the right map, I can get to the end of this game in less than 13 hours. And I know a lot of people have finished speed runs in far, far less time than that. But 99% of them were not on default settings. Not even close. They have spawners, biters turned off. They have large resource areas and close to the base. And with that, you can complete the game relatively quickly. Before I go into attempt number 5, I might think about changing it up somehow. Like maybe doing a Bob's Mod run through of some sort. Or changing, those basic settings on the resources and whatnot, just to have another way to play the game. Other than this, the vanilla one, getting a little boring. And while it's beatable, it's hard to do in that 13 hours. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode and this attempt at a Factorio Speedrun. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.